keeping an eye on the bitrate real quick. Make sure it doesn't skyrocket.
Speaking of alcohol.
Stick with my monster tonight.
I ain't drinking anything tonight. Ayy.
Grab yourself some water. I don't
No!
Coming from you, Sarah?
Yeah, I don't have the right. As soon as I said that one, I don't have the right to say any of that.
Hypocrite.
I am.
Like, you are the personification of, if the body doesn't get water in so many amount of days, it will die. You know that's not water. No, but it's a liquid.
I hate to break it to you, but this is not water. No, but it's a liquid.
She says as she fucking has a triple shot of rum with Dr. Pepper.
You know what? I'm not even gonna yell at you today.
As will we know how tired you are.
Yep. Do you want to do a sweet pea ritual tonight, or do you not have the spoons?
I don't think any of us even have a fork.
I have the spoon to run the game. I don't think I have the spoon to do the sweet pea.
That's fair.
I don't even have the spoons to do announcements. Hello, B-Girl Bambi. How you doing?
What's up, Bambi?
We are very tired tonight. Ah!
Bro, I woke up today like perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, I got a migraine and I felt nauseous. And so I like tried to call out of work, and they were like, okay, we'll call around and see if someone can, fill in for you. And then they were like, an hour later, they were like, I'm so sorry. Literally no one is available. And I was like, okay. So I went to work, and thankfully the nausea went away as soon as I got to work, but I had a throbbing headache all day.
At least they were actually apologetic about you.
Yeah.
And not like, sorry, you have to come in.
No, my bosses are very kind, and they're flexible, and they understand, especially when you're not feeling well. Even my boss was like, hey, if you really, really, really don't feel well, you don't have to come into work today. But I was like, well, if no one can cover for my shift, I might as well go in and make the money, so.
Yeah, I'm one
Plus,
of those
I
people
hate
who's
leaving
like,
people high and dry, so.
Yes, I understand that completely. I'm also one of those people who, if I'm not feeling well, because it takes a lot for me to feel sick. So if I'm feeling sick and they're like, oh, we need you, I'm like, that sounds like a you problem. I'm going back to bed.
Same here, but like, I felt like awful this morning, not only physically, but also like mentally, of like, am I just making this up? I'm probably just making this up. I'm probably just being way too dramatic about this. I don't have to call out. I can just do the work.
Imposter syndrome. It sucks.
And then I did my job, and then I felt better as the day went on. And then it made it worse of like, see, you were fine. You didn't have to worry people. And
it's always better to warn people, hey, I'm coming in today, but I feel like shit. So if I'm not 100% right now, that's why.
Even all of my friends who saw me at work are like, are you okay? We know you're not feeling well at all, So.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
That was a disembodied voice.
I was barely there, too. You are really far from your mic, dude.
What?
I am.
God?
Satan?
Satan?
Are you okay?
You're not supposed to destroy the DM until the game starts.
She chokes on the drink and then responds by drinking more of the drink.
Well, you have to drink something to actually put the flow back down the right pipe.
Yep.
I thought you were about to say the right hole.
I was gonna say you were careful in your choice of words there, weren't you?
Look,
this is the night
Look.
Hannah kills the entire party.
I'm tired, I'm in pain, I'm sad, and I am horny, so please don't fuck with me tonight.
Honey,
Right.
same. Fucking same.
Bingo.
Same though.
That fucking sentence. Holy shit.
I'm gonna
If,
get another drink.
if you're horny and you know it, clap your hands.
The
The
resonance.
the resonance makes it better.
Like I love how the resident Demi is just like,
That's not a problem for me.
Admittedly, I am not one who has that issue very much. There are some who do. I am not one of them.
You're a god amongst men. It's tough to be a god.
When Ace people started taking over that fucking sound, which is like, it's human nature to have, sexual impulses, and it's all the Ace people going, it's tough to be a god. Like,
Meanwhile, I can't read this fan fiction right now without fucking blushing. I'm a weakling amongst men.
I already had the thought
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
of drawing my hero and villain.
Doing the dirty?
doing the nasty.
Girl, if you
Do
do
it.
it, you gotta send me them updates.
I will.
I love me some free porn, okay? For anyone who doesn't know, this is a mature channel.
You had to say it.
All I saw was a cloud from
Especially free porn drawn by our friends.
Jesus Christ on
Are,
the
are,
crotch.
are you
Started
truly
practicing.
are you truly friends if you don't send each other porn of your OCs?
We're gonna put a
Again.
pin in that.
I started
Again.
like practicing today more like
Mhm.
muscular, masculine men
And
and stuff like that. So it was really fun, and I was like, ooh, the
Alright.
pecs and the shoulders and
I
the
will
abs.
say, as a part of the technical side of art, honestly, drawing porn actually
It's
helps
hard.
you drawing. It's hard, but it helps you with drawing anatomy and drawing bodies.
A friend of mine did a still life course, which
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see the boobies and the penises.
yeah, and even now to this day, she does art. She's like, I still have trouble with naked bodies. She's like, I still have trouble with boobs for some reason.
I
Boobs
just
are hard.
I remember seeing a still life anonymous post on Tumblr. A lady, she's like, I was once a nude model at the fine arts school at a university, and for a final I had to pose. I've been watching this one poor kid stare at my boobs for 30 minutes, crying because he can't draw them correctly.
People are like, oh, it's so erotic. No,
No,
it's not.
it's stressful.
No, it's not. It is
Nude artists have seen many a mental breakdown in art students.
It's hard for
this-
everyone involved because as the actual model, you have to stay as still
So
as
fucking
possible,
still.
which can
Alright,
lead
this
to
is-
cramps.
This is completely off subject, but why is this photo of Ashley Johnson such a fucking mood?
No, hear me out. That's Sarah right now listening to us talk about nude bodies and shit.
Honestly, that's me right now after the day I've had.
I think that's all of us right now.
Out and the blanket and all of it.
I am
The
safe in
goddamn
my
beam.
blanket protection.
Ashley Johnson needs to be protected with all manner of security.
She's a
Yeah.
punk. Here's the thing, though. She's a punk ass bee
Mhm.
because she will also fuck you up.
Like, she will come out with the most bean moments and then turn up fully goth, and you're like,
What just happened?
where did you come from?
The
Well,
life
damn.
of a switch.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah.
Do we have any announcements and stuff before we get started?
Not
I am
really.
gay and I'm tired.
I am gay and I'm tired.
Quick announcement on my end. I finally logged into my dashboard.
Ooh.
However,
Uh-oh.
I have lost 3 episodes.
Aw.
So, I'm gonna have to make a recap video. And yeah. I
Let me
have
know when.
yeah, I was going to I was basically gonna coordinate with Sarah being like, help.
Yeah, I got you.
Help!
I need somebody.
Help!
Need someone.
Not just anybody.
Help!
Hip.
Or as one of Sarah's
Help.
Society 6 photos.
Help!
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 Help! It's
Oh,
it.
God.
Wasabi. Okay,
I really-
sniff it
I-
first. Sniff it first. Help!
It's
Nah.
honestly right now I only have the out like really nice fancy photo for Society 6, but trust me, fish face with help is going to be on.
Okay, it needs to be on a mug. I need to own a mug that has this fish saying help.
Perfect for like any Monday. Help.
Oh!
Hey, it's like, hey Mitch, can you go on?
Like anytime we're in combat and I'm just down, you'll just see me pull out a mug that's this. Help, 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 help. Ooh, I haven't used this background in a while.
Oh.
But yeah, that's it for announcements on my end. So, should we get into the fucking?
I mean, there's fucking going
I
on my
mean-
phone right now, but yeah.
No, that's
Don't
fucking,
tempt me with a
fucking-
good time.
Honey, I will send you the fan fiction later.
Please send me the fanfic.
I mean, if you have the hots for Crosshair, I will send you the fan fiction
Oh,
later.
dear
'cause
God.
This is good shit I'm reading right now. Emmy is my dealer. This is good shit.
Okay.
AJ says we need help. Yes, we do.
We do.
Help.
We need
You-
professional help.
I was gonna say you're only figuring this out now.
Only if I can bill my therapy expenses to Dave Filoni, then I'm good.
That
All
man
right.
has to pay for millions of people's therapies.
Yeah.
Any last minute things before we start?
Nope.
I love all of you, and you all are fucking awesome, and I'm so happy that you are all my friends. I don't got many, so I love the ones I have. Y'all, I
I
don't
love
got
you.
many. That's all I got.
Love you too.
Calypso. Do you have
Yes.
inspiration already?
I don't know.
Well, if you don't, gain inspiration.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, I got inspiration last time out of
Yes.
pity from being bullied.
No, it wasn't out of pity. It was just the fact that like the joke was funny, and then I went, you know what? Just I'm in a good mood. That made me laugh really hard. I'm gonna give everybody inspiration.
I already have inspiration though.
That's okay.
It's okay.
All right. Well, last time to recap, Uriel talked to Sean about what he wanted to do now that the paranormal investigation was off the table. They bonded over talking about Sean's brother Harrison and how he's so important, and how Sean is thinking about going and helping his brother in the shop. Fractum also talked to Daniel about how he wants to open his own library, and shared about their past, their very sad past, before their patron came and gave them another opportunity at life. Calypso warned Chloe about changing her path in life. She also didn't want to hear the whining and sulking of the children anymore. Dowan and Chloe talked Dowan and Chloe talked about life, and they also raced against one another. Dowan ended up winning that race. In the process, he gave her his great sword, and he made a deal. If she kept practicing, she could keep the sword, but if she didn't, he would come back for it. She told him that she was always angry, and even showed some hidden strength. Maybe she would be a future barbarian of some sort. Inger talked to Sean and tried to convince him that paranormal investigation shouldn't end and that it was still fine to keep going, but wasn't very successful. She didn't, she wasn't very persuasive. Inga and Fractum agreed that she would no longer bully people, but instead do some pranks to, lessen the negative effects of her antics. Dowan also received his letter in Willow as the others settled in for the night. Fractum escorted all the children to their homes. Uriel went to the bird office and tried many times to write a letter before finally coming up with something and sending it out. Inger decided to commune with Goliath. She asked if she knew anything about the disintegrated spell that killed that one liegeman, Jessica. He lied, saying that he didn't know, but Inger was a little too insightful to believe him. He said that he would tell her more later on as she progresses through her life. Dowan also, he got a letter from Kaylee. Uriel and Fractum got to talk together about this Anita woman that Uriel was writing to. Uriel told Fractum and Candela about a dear friend who he knew a long time ago, and that he wanted to make things right. Candela caught on that he has a romantic history with this person. And Uriel also contacted Batia about the crystals and asked what it was. She showed up in person and touched his forehead, showing him many pictures of a huge war with forts glowing, a person holding a large crystal in their hands before it shook and broke apart. Thousands of years go by with the pieces being traded, stolen, sold, etc. The pieces were all spread apart. Batia then told him that it's a race to find these pieces. It was used for great evil, but can be used for great good. And that the God Killer is a very concerning title and should not be taken lightly. And then our last shot was we got to see Liraz in a dark room holding lots of other boxes, and she wiggled her fingers and cast a spell, and when she opened the box, it screamed, and she laughed. So that was last time. So, once upon a time. Y'all are in Willow. It is the next morning. You guys got some good rest. The day is basically yours. Whatever you want to do. There's no news yet. No, big, this is where you have to go or anything like that. You all did a good job finding the fort and finding the information in this said fort. And yeah, so whatever you guys would like to do, go for it.
Wait, so the day is ours, we're waking up and shit?
Yep.
Morning workout.
Rocky theme.
Doing one-arm push-ups. What the fuck are we even doing? I will do my morning workout and then head downstairs.
Okay.
Just wait for everyone.
I will pick my spells,
Mm-hmm.
do my usual fucking fight me with my god. And then find a corner.
He says, "Try me, bitch."
Darwin is the second one to come downstairs. He got a good night's sleep, and Candela, you notice he's relatively a little more chipper this morning. Good morning.
Did hell freeze over or something?
Not yet.
Okay, because you're smiling and I have concerns.
I slept well and just feel good today.
Well, that's a first.
Yeah, it is. So don't ruin my mood.
Now I'm even more concerned.
Nothing perked me up, that's all.
Oh, Darwin, did you hear? I think Uriel has a secret girlfriend. No, like he was telling me yesterday about this person that he was like had a relationship business-wise, but I think it was actually more like romantic-wise, and honestly, I think he still has feelings for her, even though he's trying to hide it. I'm very in tune on this kind of stuff, you know?
Seems so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he's happy, then good on him.
Yeah, I think he said he was gonna try to get back in contact with her or something. I don't know, maybe she can help us with whatever we're doing. I don't even know what we're doing at this point. We found 2 of these strange crystals. I don't know what's going on, and apparently I'm a chosen one. This has been a lot to process, and it's only Tuesday.
I feel you're on that with the chosen one.
Wait,
yeah, I told you.
I may have short-term memory loss, but you were chosen by a god too?
Yeah, Abner kind of was like, hey, I've been keeping my eye on you.
I think I remember you mentioning that. Once again, I have short-term memory loss sometimes.
Yeah, I think I've actually, I think I may have, indirectly met Abner.
You actually met him?
Not him in his, god form, but in, a form that he uses to travel on the material plane.
Yeah, I don't know what that's like.
It's weird. He popped out of nowhere in my old tribe campsite.
Candela's gonna slowly look to the sky, whisper to her breath, "You can do that too?" Whoa.
You hear in your head. You hear in your head. What can't I do?
That's awesome.
Darwin is literally gonna go in and whisper, "They're gods. I'm pretty sure they can do anything they want."
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's about time Uriel comes down the stairs. I felt my ears burning. He kind of
Candela has a shit-eating grin on her face.
He pokes his head around the corner. Heard my ears, but
you're a phoenix. Your ears are always supposed to burn. That's the hot blood within both of us. God damn it!
That is so aptly
That's what you get. That's what you get.
I can't, bro. I
can't. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, at least.
Again, you see Darwin in a chipper mood.
Squint.
I know, it's like hell froze over, right?
Which hell, though?
There's like
I'm pretty sure there are 9.
Them.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure one of them is cold.
Wait, hell
I'm
could
pretty sure
be
one
cold?
of them is always frozen. Anyway.
I wonder if that's the one that Calypso's from.
Darwin audibly laughs just.
Sarah, I love you.
Calypso's over at her own table, as far away from you guys as possible. She doesn't. She's like, ugh. Yeah.
I purposefully look over to Calypso when I say that.
Do I notice that I'm being stared at?
You're being talked about.
Roll.
Cadella, you're making it extremely obvious.
Yeah.
So Calypso, roll with advantage then.
Or at least a very low DC. But yeah, at that comment, Dan was going to give Candela a fist bump. Just
14.
You notice.
I can do that too. I can do a double backflip, and then I'll hop around and flip her 2 birds.
I just drank more.
golf clap.
Oh, Here's gonna rub his head. This is certainly a morning.
Oh, I checked in with Ingar this morning to see how she's doing. She's not feeling well, so she said she's gonna stay in her room for the day.
That's fair enough.
Anyone here from Fractum?
They tend to not stay at the taverns, so I'm pretty sure they're staying wherever they're staying right now.
Usually in a.
You have a general idea that with the pattern of Fractum, they could be anywhere. Especially like enjoying themselves, probably outside somewhere.
That's fair.
Likely in a tree. But we'll leave them be. It was a very stressful day yesterday. We could all use a bit of a rest.
Okay.
But I did learn something fun last night.
Did you chat with your not girlfriend last night?
We're not going to put a pin in that.
Oh, but I bought all these really nice pens recently. And she's holding up nothing when she says that. She's just being a little shit.
Anyway, seems these crystals are part of a bigger one that was used for something evil and then exploded. And there's a race to find them all. And
I made immigrant help with taco.
I know I had half a bowl.
Oh.
Thank you.
Who's that guy that just talked to you, Uriel?
But,
some random dude.
I wasn't close enough to hit my button. Sorry. Yeah. So these have been traded and stolen and hidden away all over the place, and apparently buried with people, as we most recently found out. There's a lot of them, and there's a race to find them all, or at least most of them, to try and form the crystal. I don't know. She said that it was used for great evil, but could also be used for good, if the person really wanted to. So, that's interesting. Got a nice vision for it. Got poked in the forehead by Batia herself. That was fun.
You got a godly boop.
I didn't receive a godly boop.
That's awesome.
So what you're saying is we don't give these crystals to Calypso?
Well, if one decides to find itself in her hands, there's not really much we can do about that. But we should be careful about if we find someone with one, we should be cautious.
Shouldn't we just take it from them?
I mean, if
we
that
find
will
one,
likely be necessary, but being careful about how we go about that is also a good idea. We got kind of lucky with the first one. Thanks to some excellent sleuthing skills.
From yours truly. They didn't even know what hit them.
I'm sure he was very upset.
I was like a mirage. I didn't exist. I was an
one-
illusion.
And the second one was hidden by many layers of fuckery. So how the rest are going to appear to us is going to be very different and strange. So
Many layers of fuckery and 6 feet of dirt, if I remember correctly.
at least 6 feet of dirt.
Yeah.
And a necromancer. Still upset about that.
Mm.
But, well, we know how things are going in that front to some degree here and back home, at least for me and Candela back home. So I've reached the person I sent the letter to. He kind of squints at Candela. Is a person of import with the freshwater sirens. Hopefully they might be able to give us some sort of update or might be able to arrange us a meeting so we can exchange information. I'm hoping at least. Darwin, I know you and I have a similar history of avoiding responsibility, but do you know anyone of your own people who would be a similar position? Someone who will be able to tell what if there's any particular discourse or problems arising amongst your peoples?
Do I, DM?
Sorry, say that again. I was writing down something important.
Basically, you're asked Darwin, do I know anyone of import within the centaur community, both elk and horse, like, who is like another chieftain of sorts that I know is still alive?
Roll me a history check.
Oh! 16.
You know that pretty elk centaur that you met at the circus? Her name rings a bell.
Darwin kind of goes, oh. Oh. Huh.
What is
kind of,
it?
Darwin kind of blushes a little bit. Huh.
Candela very uncomfortably leans closer to Darwin as she sees the blush form.
I have a feeling we are in a similar boat.
You both have secret girlfriends.
Candela.
So this is love. So this is love.
Candela will pass the note he got from Kaylee. Darwin will pass the note he got from Kaylee to Candela. Yes, I got a note from her.
I read it.
It reads. Scrolling.
You're sending it. Why don't you just text it to me?
Un momento, por favor.
He still has to find it to do that.
Merci beaucoup. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Hi. I'm sorry. I love that.
I'm reading
in
this
the
shit.
TFS Helsinger Bridge. That was the last lines of the major. Just like, yeah, that kind of goes along with how fucking crazy he was. Singing like a children's nursery rhyme as he
Very, very, very audibly, Candela goes, "Aww, are you going to see her again?"
I'm pretty sure only dogs can hear that frequency.
My ears.
I can't help that I have such a high-pitched voice sometimes, okay? I'll hand the note back to Darwin.
Thank you.
Well, Darwin, let's hope our respective pen pals, we shall refer to them as, can assist us going forward.
Yes. Now, if you will all excuse me, I need to write a letter.
Yes, you do.
I doubt I've gotten a returned correspondence yet, but I'm going to go check the Ravenry and see if I have. She does tend to work late into the night. I will run out to go check, and then I'll be back for some breakfast.
Alright, see ya!
Darwin will actually stay at the table as he's writing the letter.
Candela orders pancakes.
Okay.
Pancakes.
Hey, Candela, can you get me some pancakes too?
Calypso orders more breakfast wine.
I ordered like 12 stacks of pancakes. Okay, these 2 are for me. What did you want? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She'll slide
Like-
one of the 12 stacks down.
And he's gonna grab one of the plates and like obnoxiously scrape the plate against the table. Just
Ow, ow, ow.
mine.
I get to use the syrup first. And hey, I dash for the syrup jar.
Just son of a.
Don't
Also,
worry,
Sarah,
I'll
the
leave
picture
some
is
for
adorable.
you. Glug, 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 glug. That's what
Would
you
you
call
like-
diabetes.
Would you like some? Would you like some pancakes with that syrup?
I slowly scoot the pitcher of syrup over to him. There's still plenty left. I think it's like a bottomless pitcher, like an enchanted bottomless pitcher. Of syrup.
Honestly.
Or like Grog's
That'd
Grog's enchanted urn.
Mm.
Maple syrup, please.
Oh my god, a restaurant having different alchemy jugs for different like toppings and stuff that would save them so much gold. Anyway, yes.
I
After
would like-
seeing this display of breakfast warfare, that's when Uriel will close the door and they're going, there's not going to be any pancakes left. And he just walks out towards the
I would like everyone to make a perception check for me.
Oh no.
Oh Christ!
This is gonna go
That-
well.
I really
That's
like
cocked.
my wine.
Hey,
Yummy
I did-
wine.
I did pretty good. I did pretty good. Dirty 20.
Okay.
15.
15.
9.
9.
Oh,
Uriel?
23.
23. Okay. Everyone except Calypso notices you smell something really good. Like you catch this amazing whiff of what smells like fresh bread. And it's like warm and cozy, but it's not like your normal bread smell. There's something different and sweet about it. And it smells amazing.
Hey Candela, do you smell that? What is that?
It almost smells like master scones. That's good. And she's gonna scarf down the rest of her pancakes. Let's go for it. And she'll let out a large burp.
Oh. Of course you realize this means. Ugh.
Also,
Uh,
Sarah, that is best Puppo. That is the best doggo. He's so
He's
easy.
tired. He's all tired.
You guys don't know. He posted a picture in
Oh.
the chat of the Puppo being so tired. Uriel's like looking around like sniffy. I want to see if I can use my survival skills to see if I can tell where the smell is coming from.
Okay.
The power of
Um, what do you get?
17.
Yeah, you can tell that it's coming from a building right across the street. It looks brand new from what you can see from the window.
Like how right now? Like did we just not see it last time we were here, or is it like a newer building?
Newer building.
Okay. He kind of eyes the building, points at it. I'll be back for you. He'll head to the post office. He goes to that building first. He's not gonna get to the post office. He's gonna go fill up on bread.
Yep.
Let's get this bread.
Let's get this bread.
And if he sees the two of them hustling over towards it, like, don't you eat all that bread! Save
I
yourself!
do what I want, bitch!
I'm pretty sure as an elk, I have multiple stomachs. I need it. And Darren will rush, like mad dash rush.
Okay.
He more looks at Candela.
Okay, I'm gonna get my muffins.
I'm telling your teacher on you.
Fuck you, Uriel. I need to get my muffins.
Muffin button!
Muffin button.
Muffin button.
Muffin button. But yeah. Eventually.
Give me 1 second. No. This. This needs to... There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look
You
who's
son of a
inside
bitch. I wasn't
again.
thanking you.
Aw.
But I will thank you for being my friend.
Wow,
Look who's inside again.
Could I interest you in everything all of the time?
That song is AD. I keep saying it. That song is ADHD in a nutshell.
Okay, but I stan the maniacal laughter.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It just happens sometimes. Like you have an idea. Like we've sat here like it's hanging out, talking about D&D ideas, and we have one, and we just start. At least I do. I'm just like.
So as you guys dash out the door, you head straight across to the brand new bakery. And inside there is a young, maybe 21-year-old elf standing there cooking and baking, and she's just taken out a fresh loaf of bread, and she turns around and goes, "Oh!"
Because let me look at my height again.
Okay.
Because I am 4'9", all you see are my eyes peering over the counter.
Yeah, she
Like-
turns around, sees your eyes peer over the counter, and goes, "Oh, God! Hi!
How much for the bread?
Well, I have multiple kinds. I have a pumpernickel bread and a sourdough bread, whole wheat. This one right here is my brand new concoction. It's a sweet potato bread. I thought it would be really interesting to try out.
I slammed down one iron because that's the one platinum piece I have. I'm like, how much will this get me?
I'd say maybe 2 loaves of this sweet potato bread and one of any plain old, or 2 of any plain old bread that you like.
Do you have honey wheat toast?
I believe I do. I think I made some this morning.
Alright, 2 loaves.
All the self sees it as well
a
is
sweet
Darwin's
potato
like
bread.
it like from the door.
Yeah.
Is Darwin's head like that, like antlers and all just going just. Is this heaven I smell?
Well, I wouldn't say it's heaven, but it is heavenly.
I'm marking down 2 loaves of sweet potato bread and 2 loaves
Okay.
of honey wheat toast in my inventory now.
She wraps it up really nice with parchment and like ties it off with twine.
I kind of gremlin waddle out of the shop.
I like how Paige continues her trend of overpaying and slightly traumatizing bakers.
That's what I do. That's my trademark.
Darwin will look to Uriel.
Uriel's
Well?
not there. He's at the post office.
Didn't he skip post office for the bread, or is he still at the
No,
post
he
office?
would no. He deliberately went to the post office first because if he did, he would have skipped the post office. It's like I need to go check my mail. I need to go check because if I don't, I'm lost in bread.
So, Darren will kind of like will walk in, kind of like collide his antlers in the doorframe. Ow. Yeah. I heard honey wheat.
They have honey wheat toast as I'm waddling out with 4 loaves of bread.
Do you have a honey wheat loaf?
I, in fact, do.
I'll take 2.
Okay.
As well as I'll take a loaf of sourdough.
And she grabs all the stuff and puts it all together. And she says, you can pay with that with 3 seed or 5 wood and an iron. It doesn't half an iron. Doesn't matter. Whichever payment you prefer.
He slams down an iron.
Oh, do you want another loaf of bread?
My dear, the rest is for you.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
My dear, it's not often I run out of a tavern to a bakery.
That's fair. People typically go to the tavern. I am working on a new loaf, I think, a drunken loaf. So hopefully that'll turn out all right.
Like, he leans in a little bit closer. A drunken loaf?
Yes?
Do tell.
Well, it's based off of sourdough bread, but it's infused with a fine whiskey that I get from the tavern. And it's topped off with seeds.
I need to make another pit stop here when that is ready.
I have a piece you can try.
Please, my dear.
And she turns and she goes into the back and brings back a single slice on a napkin and hands it to you.
Ooh.
He's like nervous.
How old is the whiskey?
At least, well, what was it? I think it was 2 years.
Like, she can see Darren's eyes literally roll in the back of his head just...
It's really good. Is it okay?
My dear, I'm holding back tears of joy.
I'm glad you like it. I'm thinking, what would you think if I added cinnamon to the bunch? Like, if she added some cinnamon, holy shit.
Here we go. Make some loaves without, make some loaves with. Sell them separately.
That's a good idea.
Because with bread, variety is your best friend.
That's true, that's true.
However, may I make a suggestion? Raisin bread.
Raisin bread.
Sourdough, a little bit of sugar, raisins.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of raisins myself, but I'm sure there are plenty of raisin lovers out there.
It's a growing market.
Well, I will take your advice. Thank you.
Thank you. He turns, collides his antlers again. God, son of a...
Oh, I should probably make that door bigger. Yes, Calypso.
Have I realized they've left the tavern yet?
Roll me perception.
It's hard not to miss a thundering elk just shoot out of the tavern.
Natural 20.
You noticed the moment that they went, do you smell that, and ran out the door.
Oh, good, they're leaving. Thank you. Okay. Another round.
Yes, I could get back to my people hating.
Yes, my favorite pastime.
Alright.
Darren will meet up with Candela. What did you get?
I got these, and I hold up the 2 loaves of sweet potato bread. And I got the honey wheat bread, but I got it pre-toasted.
I got 2 loaves of honey wheat, and I got a loaf of sourdough.
We're set for 2 weeks.
We're good. Also,
if we could get some peanut butter and some jam to go with the honey wheat toast, oh, it's gonna be amazing. Or even a hazelnut spread. I only had hazelnut spread once, but I love it.
I have an idea. You get the honey wheat toast. We sprinkle sugar and cinnamon on top of it.
Let's go to the grocery store. We need sugar and cinnamon. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Also, Darwin saved a small chunk of that piece of the drunken loaf, and goes to Candela. Try this.
What is it?
It's called a drunken loaf. Slightly infused with whiskey, but it's good.
I don't consume alcohol.
Technically, it's not consuming when it's mixed, when it's a very small percentage. There was the loophole.
I still don't consume alcohol. It's against my beliefs.
It won't actually, like, hold on. Roll me an intelligence check.
Fair enough.
She's not that smart, y'all. 16.
Yeah, so from what you know, drinking it pure is typically against your beliefs, but at the same time, if it's infused in a dish like wines or other booze and stuff like that, you know it's fine because it's been simmered down. So it doesn't hold the same properties as it is in liquid form. So you're safe.
I'll take a small piece of the bread and I'll try it.
It's really good.
I'm gonna eat this, but I'm highly offended by it. Okay, that was kind of good.
Just like, I don't trust you. Oh shit.
I don't know. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Grocery store.
Grocery store!
Wait.
The market.
Oh! Honey wheat toast. Smoked bacon on top of it.
We could get smoked bacon at the tavern.
We're gonna be fat, aren't we?
I mean, you already are.
Whoa!
Darwin act like.
I mean, you're bigger than me. Look at you. I'm built like a toothpick.
This is muscle. This isn't fat. I hardly have any fat on me.
I go and I poke his side. Is it solid or is there a little bit of squish?
It's
solid.
It's solid.
He's right.
Have a logistical question. It is very
Yeah.
important. When
Yeah.
a centaur gets fat, which part gets fat?
The horse or the human part?
Well, technically both. Because if you think about it, fat is everywhere on the body. There's a layer, you know, in all places on the body. So that would include the human half and the horse half.
Does it mean that it takes them longer to get chubby, or do they just turn fully chubby all at once?
Yes.
It either goes to the thighs or it goes to the tummy. I don't know.
What intelligence?
This is shit that keeps Calypso up at night.
Up at night.
What about 11sies? Afternoon tea?
Dinner? Supper?
He knows about that, doesn't he? I wouldn't count on it.
Also,
But-
need I remind you, Merry and Pippin went through the entire journey of the One Ring completely stoned.
Yeah,
yeah.
old Toby was not tobacco.
Yeah.
Except for, and I will point this out, except for the battle at the end of the third movie, when they joined in the battle, they were completely sober.
No,
Whether they wanted to be
I'm
or not.
99.9% sure they were still kind of stoned.
Residue high.
I think there's
Pippin
a
gave
certain
the rest
level
of his weed to Mary, right?
Yeah, Merry
I-
gave the rest of his weed to Pippin, so Pippin
That
was
was it.
fucking high as shit, probably, during the Battle of Minas Tirith.
Well, Pippin's
I
quite
mean,
similar.
I would be high too if I had to deal with Denethor.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. But yeah, no, you poke aside, it is solid muscle. Just
Seems
Yeah.
sus, but okay.
I run a lot, so I work it out.
Okay, but then your legs would be muscle, not up here.
Run, and you know, I swing things with a big heavy axe. So
No, seems kind of sus to me, buddy.
anywho, groceries.
Gushes!
So you guys head to the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna hop over to Uriel.
Okay,
What are you doing?
going to the post office.
Yee. What would you like to do there at the post office?
I would like to check and see if there has been any return correspondence as of yet.
There has not been. It's only been a night since you've sent the letter.
Yes, but Uriel is a worry wart.
That's
He's
fair.
just like,
You'll. He knows he'll like you know that you'll receive it when you receive it. At the same time, it's totally understandable the anxiety of, is it here yet? Is it here yet?
Is it here yet? Is it here yet? Shit. Once he is done, as he's checked in, make sure everything's, okay, cool. Yeah, and double checking to make sure that the bird went out last night. And
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, cool. And then he will go investigate the bakery.
The bakery. Yes, you go inside the bakery and you see this young 21-year-old elf, and she's putting all the loaves of bread out on display and all that kinds of stuff. And she hears you walk in and goes, "Oh, hello, welcome to the new bakery. Take a look around. Let me know if you need anything and if you want to buy anything."
Oh, I'm sure I'll be walking out of here with an absolute load of carbs. I think my friends already pestered you a little bit ago.
Oh, you're with them.
Yes, keeping a rein on either of them is difficult. One is small and quick, the other one is large and could knock me over if I attempted to wrangle him.
Yeah, they walked out with a couple of loaves of honey bread and sweet potato bread and sourdough. And yeah.
Well, he'll look around at all the various loaves.
She's got a lot. She's got sourdough, white bread, wheat bread, honey bread,
Nickel.
like a cinnamon bread, sweet potato bread. She's got like anything and everything.
I know it wouldn't be called this in Pandor, but she has like French bread.
French bread? Like a baguette.
Ha ha ha!
Oh, we
Oh, titty croissant.
Like a baguette, or like a maybe like an Italian sort of like spice.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
spice?
she's got plenty.
Do you spice? Spice?
You can see it on display. She's got a lot there, and you can find it very quickly. a baguette. She's got some in different sizes too. So there's small, and then there's like large, and
You'll take a couple of the smaller baguettes and then one larger one that you'll have
okay,
packaged separately.
okay.
What about like breakfast pastries?
Breakfast pastries. Well, let's see. We have croissants. We also have some scones here. We've got, and she kind of like starts listing off a lot of the like breakfast pastries that you'd find. Yeah, she's got a lot of selections.
He'll look over them, and he'll speak to her in the Brightwood in Elven, Brightwood Elf language as he continues. How long have you been baking for?
She's kind of taken it back a little bit of hearing her language, and then she responds in the language. Well, ever since I was small, my mom taught me everything, and even my grandma.
How long have you had this bakery? The building looks a lot newer than anything else at Mellow.
Well, it was built a couple of weeks ago. I have only been open for maybe like 2-3 weeks now.
Ah, I wasn't here last time I went through Willow, aside from this most recent trip dealing with the adventurous youth. Sean.
Yeah, well, it's a small village here, so.
Aye. Do you? I know you've only just been open, but do you have a way of doing deliveries?
Sure, we could do deliveries.
He'll look over the breads and he'll pick out probably a very sweet bread, a very sweet loaf. And he'll take out a piece of parchment and he'll write down an address. How soon could you get it here? And the address is in like the capital of where the freshwater siren sort of.
That is. Hang on, let me look at my notes. That would be the Great Star City in White Pearl Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Tis underwater.
'Tis indeed. Kind of things about that, like he kind of like looks at the address, remembering that like I foresee a problem.
Okay.
It's
What's that?
it's underwater.
Oh, well, that's not really a problem. A lot of the bakeries here in Creston use like airtight, boxes and stuff to bring food down there. There are lots of air pockets, down in White Pearl Waters.
Well, in that case, he'll select the loaf and hand her the address. He'll also take the ribbon that he has his ponytail tied back with, and it's got some like fancy embroidery on it. It seems a bit cheesy, but if you could incorporate this into the packaging, at least internal, aside from the fancy airtight packaging, this person I'm sending this to doesn't get to come out to the surface very often, so they likely don't get such delightful bread as often as they would like. This is their particular favorite kind. So, yes, if, so those the small baguettes that I'll be devouring for breakfast because I forgot to eat before I left the tavern, and this other large one. How much would that all be?
I'd say maybe about 4 seed.
You will also give her an iron.
Okay. She goes, "Oh my goodness. Are you sure you don't want to buy any more?"
He kind of looks. Do you have any bear claws?
Yeah, I think I should have a few. And she pulls out a couple.
I'll take one of those and a couple of blueberry muffins.
Okay, sure. She grabs a couple and she says, "Okay, that should round that out."
Excellent, excellent. Well, I will. You may receive a couple of orders when I'm not in town. He kind of shows her the sigil of his sort of badge of office. You see this sigil on a letter or something on the fancy whatever, or if I order from you again, that you'll know it's me from this fancy thing here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just kind of smiles and like, I had to run to the post office before I came here because otherwise I would get my pastries or my bread and I wouldn't go to the post office. But
well, I hope that you enjoy your day, and thank you so much.
not a problem. You have yourself a wonderful day as well. He'll go off. And he'll actually head back to the tavern.
Mhm.
He will set down the larger baguette in front of Calypso and walk away. He's gonna like set it down and then just kind of leave it there. He
I was
Okay.
actually planning on leaving the tavern while you guys are gone.
Okay.
then I will. If you're gone by the time I get back, then I'll just leave it in your room. Like here, have a baguette. Just a note: have a baguette. I will probably drop off the blueberry muffins to Inga's room because she is not feeling well, so I will give her a couple of blueberry muffins. And as far as the bear claw, he'll go like out sort of into the woods a little bit just outside of town and call out for Fracto.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Sorry.
You good?
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Ear
My ear went
surgery.
out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he'll go out to the woods more than likely, or at least try and find Fractum. If I have to track, I literally track Fractum. That's fine.
Okay.
But I will deliver to them the bear claw, and then I will wander about town with eating my small baguettes.
All right. Calypso, what would you like to do?
I would like to try and look for somewhere that's a little bit more my speed. See if there's anywhere that's a little bit more seedy in this area.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. Or make an investigation since you're actively looking.
Okay. Was decent. That was pretty damn good. Dirty 20.
Yeah. So you start looking around, and this is a small city compared to all the other ones that you've been to. This one's the smallest. And you look around, and on the edge of the city is this beautiful, like, secluded alcove in the trees that has benches and like a swing set, but no one seems to kind of bother going there this early in the morning. So it is all free to you.
Okay. Is there any place that's like a dive bar or like a gambling den?
The tavern is the only place really that sells like alcohol and whatnot, but there is also like a library, which is typically quiet. But there's also that secluded area. There's lots of like quiet corners that you can find here in
All
the
right,
village.
she's just going to like grab a bottle of whiskey or something and go sit where no one else is. She was originally looking for a place where she could find like the underbelly where like the nasty fucks she could possibly find and make fun of. But if there is none, she's just gonna like go hide in the park and drink.
Yeah, you were disappointed in like how little there is here. It is a small village.
Yeah, so she's just gonna be away from mortals.
Okay. Is that all you want to do?
Yep.
Okay.
Gonna drink
All right,
in the corner.
Okay.
Protect your god.
Heading back to Candela and Dowan, you guys are heading straight into the marketplace. You guys remember the celebration of Concordia, which is that very big, celebration of the Day of Peace, and how the marketplace was huge, huge for that celebration. This is tiny compared to that one, but it does have all the essentials that you can find.
Okay, so we got cinnamon. Swimming. We got the swimming. We got the sugar. What else we need?
Fuck it, we'll get some extra maple syrup and some honey.
Maple syrup and honey? Yes, let's do it. At this point, Candela's just speaking gibberish.
Suddenly, Candela's speaking in tongues.
Goddamn, I think you started speaking in tongues or something.
Oh, my fucking knee.
Take an arrow to it.
Oh, fuck off.
I can't.
Nice. I mean, he does call himself married to one particular person.
What else do we need? Candela.
What?
Cheese.
Cheese does sound good.
You find a little stand dedicated to cheese. And they got a bunch of cheese wheels.
I'll take your entire stock.
Oh my god.
Leave some for other people.
I'm kidding. Have you got any smoked cheddar?
See this kind of older Phoenix man. Smoked cheddar. Yeah, I got some smoked cheddar. Hold on a second. Turns around. Grabs a wheel. It's about this big. Pretty good honking size. He lays it down. He said, that right there has been aging for over 10 years. It's one of my favorite kinds. If you're gonna have any one of those, I go with that one.
Like Darren has that wide-eyed expression and just looks to Candela.
That thing's almost as old as I am.
Half the wheel?
Half the wheel.
Half.
Alright, that'll run you 2 iron.
Well, I spent my one iron that I had.
Slams down.
Alright, give me a second. These are the painful chips. They're the kettle cooked, so you really have to like chew them
Chew.
before you swallow them, or they hurt.
Yeah.
That good crunch, though.
Right.
Mm.
Also, how much was for the all the smaller stuff? Because Candela would have paid for that. I'd have got a seed.
For all the honey and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would run you about like 2 wood
I'd have seed.
or a single seed.
A single seed for all of that?
Mhm.
Yes.
So
I am almost broke.
so you guys he takes the half a wheel and wraps it up and packages it for you guys really nicely, hands it on over and says, is there anything else I can get you guys?
Not that I can think of.
I think we're good.
All right, well, you guys have a fantastic day,
You
and may your
too.
wild heart run free.
May my heart run free.
Likewise to you, good sir.
Awkward penguin waddle back over to the tavern.
Now I just want art of like chibi art of Darren and Candela holding like grocery bags with just the most like
Shit-eating grins.
just like yes.
Yes.
Where do you guys want to go next?
Oh, excuse me, sorry. I was just gonna head back to the tavern.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that and all.
All right. Do me a favor. Uriel, you went back to the tavern, correct?
I did, and I was going
Yes.
to fiddle faddle about, but I may not have left by the time they get back.
Kendall and Darwin. As you guys walk in, I need you two and Uriel to make me perception checks.
Uh-oh.
Because Calypso left. Woo!
14.
23.
Good God.
22.
My worst friend is gone.
Yeah. So you all, Uriel, like you just like went in and took a seat, and then you watched like 2 minutes later, Candela and Darwin come in, and all of you kind of notice at the same time at the bar is sitting a figure, they kind of look masculine for a second, but when you look closer, it's a female. It's a woman, who is covered in head to toe in this beautiful shining armor. And she is a phoenix woman with short red pixie cut hair.
Candela falls in love instantly.
Step
Does
on me.
Does Uriel recognize this gallant lady knight?
Nope.
Well, that wasn't here when I left.
Darren kind of does like the whole that across Candela's face, just Uriel, she's broken.
I don't.
I didn't break her.
She hears that like remark, and she has a drink in her hand, and she like looks up at you guys, eyes go wide, and she stands up immediately and walks straight over to Darwin and Candela and kneels in front of Candela and says, "Lady Candela, please forgive me for this sudden intrusion. I've been sent to look after you."
Uriel munching on a baguette. Well, this is an interesting development.
Candela, you want to explain to me what the fuck is going on here? Good
job. We broke her.
I don't know what's.
While she's having that mental breakdown,
I have a really pretty woman kneeling in front of me saying that she's here to protect me. I don't know what's going on.
the bi panic is real.
No, she's full on gay.
Oh, that's even. The gay
lesbian-
panic.
Yep.
The lesbian panic attack.
I don't know what's going on, dear. I don't know what's going on, Darwin.
What was your name, madam?
She like bows her head at Candela and then stands up and turns to you, Dallin, and bows her head in respect to you, and says, Dallin Holland, my name is Celine Gamache.
That's my name.
Put it down! Put it down!
Celine.
Celine Garmash, Garmash.
That name, at least the surname, ring a bell.
Roll me a history check.
That surname is about to become my surname.
Let's see.
Celine, who sent you?
That unfortunately is classified, but I can assure you that it is for the good of everyone here in Pandor and Candela herself.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Sounds kind of familiar, but you can't place your finger on it.
Did the masters at the monastery send you?
No, I'm a part of a different society.
Did the king of Ashkala send you?
No. If I could speak to you privately, Candela, that would be wonderful.
Okay. I mean, yes, yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah.
But before we get to that, is the rest of your party here?
Oh, well, yeah, Inga's upstairs, Fractum's probably out in the wilderness, and Calypso. Where's Calypso? Did she
wasn't here
finally
when
make
I
a
got
break
back.
for it?
Well, she wasn't here when I got back, so I left the bread that I got for her in her room. Also, hello.
Hello. Sorry. I guess the most prominent thing that does include you all is I have been sent to protect Candela for the time being. However, there is an issue that I am facing, and I could really use your help.
Well, whatever private matter you need to have with Candela is, of course, business, but by all means, have a seat. It is my job to help however I can.
And she gestures to a table where all of you can sit at and takes a seat. And she takes out a coin purse and lays down 600 seed right off the bat and says, here, 100 for each of you, just as a down payment, to make things very blunt. It would be smart to get there as quickly as we can. My small village, I don't exactly lead a tribe much like the centaurs do, but I do have a close group of friends in my own hometown that have suddenly gone missing. And I don't know where they've gone.
Well, that's no good.
Darwin, that is ringing PTSD bells.
Wait, can Darren hear this? Is this within earshot?
This is addressed to all of us.
Yeah.
It's to all of us. She
Oh.
sat down at a table where all of you, except for Calypso, because she's out doing her own thing.
Darren immediately goes,
In
hold
front,
on.
bitches.
Darren immediately goes, how did that just disappeared?
Disappeared.
No sign of struggle.
No, but I did find tracks.
And
Uriel
let me
takes
guess.
out a map and sort of sets it on the table.
Mm-hmm. Lee. Making sure that I get this right that I wrote down. What I got. No. There we go. Goodness. Yeah, so she looks at the map and points in like the area near like in between Creston and Holland. She has her own small little village there, and she points to it and she says, "This is where I'm from." The tracks headed up north towards Holland and maybe to Ashkala, but that's all the evidence that I have. And since I'm already here for one job, I could really use the help of you all.
Well, we currently don't have a current objective, and if innocent people are disappearing, that seems a bit up our alley.
This is very important to me. And it's like you can see like the conflict on her face. My family and my village means very dear to me, and like she looks down and you see like a little blush kind of go across her face. There's someone very dear to me that I have lost, and I would very much like to get her back.
Immediately hearing that, Candela's shoulders drop.
Oh.
Uriel kind of pats her shoulder a little bit, but then looks over back towards oh god, I just forgot her first name.
Celine.
Celine. Celine. The conflict of the heart and of duty is a familiar struggle. And it is hard to balance. But first things first, in that regard, we should probably find them. But where did you last spot the tracks?
Only a week ago. I had gone out of the village to head down towards the capital of Creston to gather supplies, and when I came back, they were gone.
He sort of glances around the room and sort of it was kind of like an up the sleeve trick. He takes out one of the Legion crests and sort of like subtly shows it to her. Did you see any of these anywhere?
No.
To like tuck it back in. Well, have you ever seen it before?
I have.
You are aware of its significance?
Very.
Has anyone bearing this crest visited your village recently?
Not that I am aware of. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that they may be involved.
I have a similar suspicion. I don't want to worry you more than you already are. But we have recently discovered that those bearing this mark, not all of them may be willing participants. Which is a concern, especially if people are going missing.
Yeah.
So
That's why I've called for your help, and she gestures to the money on the counter or on the table. She says, "This is again just a down payment. There will be more, just for you helping."
Well, it's more of a personal thing. Money isn't a problem for me, but we do need food and such. But this is appreciated but unnecessary. We'll use it for supplies and things that we need for the journey. But I at the very least will be happy to help.
Thank you. If you'll excuse me, I would like to speak with Lady Candela.
I like that title. He'll just kind of smile and kind of tap Darwin on the shoulder. Like, let's see if we can't track down our wayward siren and fill her in.
Yeah. Darren will quickly turn to Candela. If you need me, just give me a shout. Alright?
Okay.
Alright? And Darren will head off.
You guys go ahead and head off and go off to find Calypso wherever she is. Meanwhile, Celine pulls her chair next to Candela and puts her arms on the table and lowers her voice so that no one else can listen in, and says, "I'm very sorry for the intrusion, Lady Candela.
Please, there's no need for formalities. I shouldn't even have a title. I'm just a monk."
Just a... You're good. That's a good one. Just...
I'm serious. I grew up at the monastery of the Sun Soul. I'm not royalty. I'm not anyone fancy. I bought 4 loaves of bread this morning and some cheese.
She, like, her smile kind of fades and goes, Do you not know?
No, what?
And she just goes, "Oh, Batia's blessing.
I don't think Batia can help either of us in this situation.
She says, Candela, you are extremely important.
That's what everyone keeps telling me, and I don't understand.
And she like puts her hand on your shoulder. So like
Her wings kind of poof out in response.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it's reflex. Go back down. Go back
You're
down. Go back down.
fine. It's you're fine. And like she starts like kind of blushing, a little bit of like, fuck. She says, excuse me. I know I've already introduced myself, but I am Celine Gurmash. I am a part of a very, very important secret society that is dedicated to the gods and the peace of this land. We're called the Circle of Light.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
I don't have my notebook on me tonight. Okay.
We're called the Circle of Light, and this group involves your parents.
My parents?
They have, yes. They have been a part of this group since before you were even born.
Parents, a part of cult. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Society. Okay.
And she says, your lineage is very important, and your parents have placed you in the monastery to keep you safe because of what you can do.
I hate to burst a bubble, but I can't do much.
She kind of chuckles.
I can trip going upstairs. Does that count?
I do that too. It's okay. It's... See, Candela, your lineage is important because... And she really, like, hushes her voice and, like, really leans in so that really nobody can hear. And just says, your bloodline is the only bloodline that can read the ancient text of the gods.
One second, I gotta make a note of that.
Yeah.
Looks over the note. The note just says,
Can read ancient text of the gods. And she just goes, I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Could that be just steal a
Noodle?
noodle?
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
She's like, I beg your pardon?
For a long time, this darkness, the Liegeman, has been trying to hunt you and others down. You, unfortunately, are the last of your kind.
Wait, you say that I'm the last. Are my parents?
No. No.
I was gonna say, I talked to them a few weeks ago.
They're fine. They're safe. And she puts her hand on your shoulder very reassuringly. It's okay. I talked to them just yesterday.
Thank gods.
They're fine. They're in hiding, but they're fine. They, as well as a number of others, including me, have been dedicated to the work of the gods and to keeping the peace. This group of liegemen is getting dangerous, and we don't know who to trust. And it's incredibly important that we stick together. I say this only to you. If you truly, truly, truly trust your partners and your party, then you may tell them as you wish. However, I would hold off. This is between you and me for
Do you trust us?
That's to Calypso right there.
I mean, I'm totally trustworthy, right? When the DM flips you off, you know you're a problem child.
Candela just kind of slowly nods her head as she's processing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a normal Tuesday.
Give me one moment.
Oh,
Write
no
things
worries.
down.
Just normal Tuesday. Just buying some bread and finding out you're the last of your kind.
And she says, I have a sneaking suspicion that with the tracks, they're heading up to Ashkala. Are you familiar with the forts at all?
Well, we just visited one of them recently. To be honest, I kind of don't really remember the path we took to it. Guess it's a good thing they're kind of hard to find.
Very hard to find.
I didn't even know they.
That's a good thing.
I didn't even know they really existed till recently.
Well, if you found one here in Cruston, then certainly you can find the others. And in Ashkala, in Fort Anastasia, there's a very important thing in there.
He said a music
Chief.
box. I'm kidding. He said Anastasia.
Honestly.
Once
like,
upon a September.
Wake me up.
When
when
September.
September
I'm tired.
You're good. She like hushes her voice again to be really quiet. It says, "There's a special book in there. One that only you can read."
Okay. Alright, special book that only I can read. That's gonna upset Uriel.
This is very, very important, Candela. If that book gets into the wrong hands or gets destroyed, we could lose this battle.
Good to know.
Great! Wonderful! But I'm here to protect you and help you as much as I can. Do you have any questions? Are you sure?
Inside Candela's head. Ah! It's just the meme of the possum screaming inside of her head right now. And she's just like, no questions.
Are you sure? You look like you're about to burst.
I want to do a quick perception check to make sure nobody around us has been listening.
Roll.
Because I get the feeling some slinky siren bitch sneaked back in. 22.
Yeah, you notice no one's paying attention.
Thank God. I can't poof. I just recently got my Kita.
She goes, wait, how old are you again?
18.
Oh, okay, so you're newly an adult. All right.
Yeah.
And she has her armor on, but she kind of pulls down a little bit of that armor, and you can see her Kita underneath, and it's a royal blue color with gold on it, and red like rose accents on it. And she says, "I got this not too long ago."
And then there's mine that's like wrapped around my waist. It's just the teal and the brown and gold accent on it. Very geometric.
And she says, "I think it's very pretty."
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. My mom and grandma made this. If my grandma's still alive. I don't know that.
My mother and grandmother made this for me too. My grandmother passed away a long time ago.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's fine.
That came out so horribly. I'm so sorry.
There's no need to apologize. It's really no big deal.
I don't know why I keep apologizing. She
It's
just starts
okay.
laughing nervously.
She laughs and Celine goes like, it's fine. And her face starts getting red.
Your Kina's pretty. You're pretty. Oh, did I say that out loud? I think my friends are calling me. Do you mind if I come back in a moment?
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks. I
I
really
need to go.
appreciate it.
I need to go
Okay,
find my
yeah,
friends.
good
We'll
talk.
be right back, okay? We'll be back. And Candela gets up and turns to leave. And I feel like I need to roll something to make sure she doesn't trip.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll.
Roll Dex.
I rolled 17.
Yeah, you're good.
And she heads out of the tavern. In her head, she's like, you stupid lesbian, you said that out loud.
Darren with a mouthful of bread. Darren goes to follow Candela.
Her skin is naturally like golden orange. It's like burnt orange now.
Gay panic.
It's like Calypso.
Panic at the disco much? Panic at the tavern?
Panic around Calypso.
The girl just looks at her like, not so funny now, is it, Candela? Just this shit-eating grin as he munching on a baguette.
I take a ballberry nut and I chuck it at Uriel's face.
That's probably fair.
Oh god, what did I roll?
Good question.
That's a 14. I probably don't hit.
No, but you weren't off by much.
I chuck another one at him.
No.
15.
You hit me.
I think that's just 1 point of damage. It just hits you like right between the eyes.
Like, will you stop?
Goes a bonk.
Ow. Ow.
Okay.
Celine's gonna stay at the tavern while we look for Calypso. This is fine. Everything's fine. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Will you
like
be
some water?
mine? Huh?
Candela, would you like some water? He just hands her the water skin.
She chugs it. And
Yeah.
you watch as actually steam rises off of her.
I can relate.
Uriel,
Yes?
do you mind if I have a private word with Candela?
Why does everyone want to have a private word with me?
Because I feel like you need one.
I feel like I'm gonna combust.
I'm gonna look over here. You
Don't
hold
you
on
dare
to that
walk away
water
from me, Uriel!
Have fun!
Ah, fuck you!
Darren picks up Candela like by the scruff of her robes. Just
Ah,
like,
put me down, tree trunk!
you're gonna
In the
calm.
meantime, and the woman that you're crushing on is just watching this. I'm just gonna point that out.
We're outside the tavern.
You're gonna calm.
Her hair on top of her head is fringed up like feathers on a bird when they're angry.
Engie.
You're gonna calm.
All right then.
I get it. You see, you put a woman, and your brain and your mouth have either have no filter or no connecting whatsoever. What else is troubling you, though?
Nothing else is troubling me. Don't Don't you give
That
me
w-
those dad eyes. Those won't work on me, old man.
Wah, wah, wah.
Meanwhile,
She
that's
just
that's
stares
Uriel
you
watch.
back down.
Yeah, Uriel's like around the corner, like of a tree, like whistling the opening to the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Darwin looks back at the tavern. She's pretty, right?
I don't like whatever game you're trying to play.
I'm just saying she's pretty, right?
I know where you sleep.
I know where you sleep as well.
I know how to make your death look like an accident.
I don't have that luxury, but that's okay because there's art in mess.
It's gross.
Yeah. You told her she's pretty, didn't you?
I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about anything else. Let's just find Calypso so that we can help Celine out.
Do you want to ride?
No.
All right.
You know, tosses her hair a little bit.
Don't touch it!
Hmm. It's much easier with boys. Good God.
What's that supposed to mean?
Females are complicated. Am I wrong?
I hope you sleep soundly tonight, Dowan. I hope you have sweet dreams tonight. I hope you go to bed not worrying that you might not wake up tomorrow. And she turns to walk away.
Something tells me I'm not the only one who's gonna get sweet dreams. Okay, bye.
Oh, I'm not as nice. I whip around and I throw a dart at Dowan. This actually does damage.
Roll.
Oh!
23. 23.
Yeah, you hit.
43.
43.
I did max damage too. That's 6 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Ah! What the? Is that a?
I have
What?
to mark off 1 dart.
What? Son of a! Ow! You're not getting this back.
She's already walked away to find Uriel and Calypso. She doesn't
Oh.
like being cornered.
Can I roll a survival check to find Calypso?
Sure. You and Uriel as well, since Uriel is looking for Calypso, roll survival.
Yep.
Oh, dirty,
Tell it.
dirty 20.
I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh. Uriel, are you there?
Uriel!
There. I kept missing the button. 21.
21. All right, so Dowan and Uriel, you do find Calypso. Calypso, where have you been?
I am happily in that fucking park. If anyone comes near me, I'm just like, no, you can leave. Anyone who come towards the park,
Cool.
enjoying my bottle of whiskey. If there's a bench, she's just laying on it.
Okay. Yeah, you find Calypso laying on a bench, enjoying her bottle of booze.
You know, I left you a lovely loaf of bread that would go well with that whiskey.
Are they both there?
Yeah.
Why are you bleeding?
Candela.
He pissed off the small lesbian. I watched from the distance. It was hilarious. You've missed quite a bit of... You've missed Candela being the most awkward thing in the universe. It was quite enjoyable.
I hate you both.
She's just looking at you like a "why are you bothering my buzz" look.
We just wanted to update you on the situation. We have a new direction to go. Not this second, but a gallant knight who was quite a lovely young lady is apparently here to protect Candela.
No.
And has asked us to go find people who have been kidnapped, disappeared from out of anywhere.
No.
Unfortunately, you are outnumbered in this decision.
Yeah. Unless you want to take it up with higher beings who will probably say the same thing we're saying.
She just lays back on the bench and closes her eyes.
As I said, it's not immediate. We will leave you to your park drinking, but we'll have more. There's also money involved in case you care about money.
Quite a bit of money.
DM,
Yeah.
say I was to cast command on them both and tell them to go away.
Roll me a charisma save.
Her or us?
Her.
Oh.
Charisma save. 19.
Nope. You're about to cast it, and it's like you feel a hand grip your wrist of no.
God hates me.
Uriel sees her hand come up and just kind of looks at her frustrated face. Well, we know where you are if we need you. Enjoy your drinking. He'll walk over towards her and gently place one of his last baguette in her other hand. Have some bread, and he'll walk away.
She just glares with furious anger.
Stop
that
it.
she was
Get
stopped.
some help. Here, you'll be fine. Have a cookie.
Bread. That's basically what he did. Is like, oh, you'll be fine. Have some bread with your whiskey.
The best story.
I mean, to be
Sorry,
fair,
slightly off-topic story.
Uh-huh.
To make a long story short, my family was in Georgia, and we were visiting SCAD that Alice was looking at for an option for going to college and all that. So we go down to the beach and all that, but she can't get the little like buckle part in the seat to come out of the seat because my dad had messed with the seat so much because we load in and load out equipment so much. So she was like, I can't get it, and blah, blah, blah. My dad's like, try this, try that. And we had gotten a bag of cookies. And my mom just goes, stop, it's fine, it's fine. You're going to be fine. You'll be fine. Here, have a cookie.
Amazing.
And handed her a cookie. And like, we're like, well, she could die if she doesn't, wear her seatbelt. She's like, you're fine. You'll be fine. Here, have a cookie. It's the best mother moment I have ever seen in my life, and I laughed and cried for like 10 minutes straight. So whenever we're like, this problem is just absolutely ridiculous, we go, you'll be fine. Here, have a cookie.
Yes, and
So here,
there's
have some
the same
bread.
principle. And it's the same principle here in that the problem therein is
Oh, God.
here, Calypso, you are your own problem. Here, have a baguette. For the record, it is an absolutely delicious baguette. And there's a much larger one waiting for her in her room. Uriel decided to be nice and get people who weren't feeling well or weren't around when they raided the bakery. Got some. He got Inga some blueberry muffins and Fractum of Bear Claw. So I know that Brian, the player Brian, does enjoy his bear claws.
All right.
Last thing.
Yeah.
Darwin kind of like halfway goes, oh. Looks at the note he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Heads to the post office.
Uriel will accompany him because he's going to check the post office again because he's.
This entire time, Candella's been wandering around trying to find Calypso. Y'all left her unsupervised.
You
She
technically
didn't leave
walked
Russian,
away.
She threw a dart at Darwin and wandered off. She unsupervised herself.
But yeah, it's gonna go to the Ravenry. Could you deliver this, please? I believe I received one from this. I received another Raven from the same person. So, yeah.
Oh, well, sure. That's no problem at all. Here, I'll take that and I'll send it right away. And I'll let you know if you get anything.
Thank you. Yeah. Just is there any way that you could like send that like ASAP?
Oh, yeah, I've got to send it out right now. And she like turns and picks a really beautiful raven and ties it to the leg and lets it fly out the window and goes, there it goes.
Perfect. How much do I owe you?
Say that again.
How much do I owe you?
Oh, it's fine. It's complimentary.
Okay. Kind of looks back going. Okay.
And she goes, it's fine. It's on the house.
Oh.
Sorry, are you flirting with the post-op woman while
No, she's flirting with me!
While sending love letters? Damn.
Fucking whore.
She's flirting with
Like-
me! I'm just... that was just gonna go...
Uriel's just watching this like.
So what's so important about that letter?
Sending it to a friend on important business.
I see.
So, what race is she?
She's a elf.
Well, thank you for sending that off immediately. You
Oh,
have
it's no problem, Sugar Cube.
That one turns to Uriel.
Uriel looked at him and was like, look, she gave me the same spiel yesterday.
You also one word about this.
Oh, I won't say anything as he's leaning toward the door. Sugar Cube. And he runs out the door.
Hold, please. Darwin chucks the dart.
You have to have decks to do that shit.
I have quite a few decks, so it's just roll a d20, add my dex modifier.
Yes.
Definitely not proficiency because I have no proficiency in
Yeah.
dice. 18.
Yeah.
He just goes,
Ah.
I'm not gonna bother rolling damage, just purely for flavor. Just go like, not a word.
Well, now I have more.
My, you got really good aim.
Throw a javelin at him in a minute.
She like looks over at Uriel. Are you all right, hon?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
All right. You
Not
let me
gonna
know
push.
if you need anything. Either of you.
Good God, this woman.
This post lady is secretly a sugar mama.
This woman is like in her late 50s to early 60s.
She's a
She's
sugar
like a
mama.
sugar mama.
She's a sugar mama.
She's like what, like 7, maybe like 9 years older than me. Like, what the?
She a cougar.
She's gonna go. Well, again, thank you, and I hope you have a lovely day and lovely birds.
Oh, thank you. Well, you ruffle my feathers.
That one turns and leaves, just like.
She goes, right me.
Ariel will just give just like a small bow as you leave. You have a wonderful day, my dear.
Oh. Thank you so much.
He'll follow Darwin outside. It's like,
Bye.
look, he'll look at him like, look, I got the same business yesterday when I dropped off my letter.
That woman. That.
Listen, if I wasn't already, he kind of looks at Darwin, you know. If I was younger and more of an idiot, I'd probably fall for that. Probably.
If
You're not used to the aggressive ones, are you?
my wife was,
Ah.
which is,
You
but
wouldn't
then
go with that. I have a
No.
feeling she got you just as bad.
you have no idea.
I do, in a way. At least.
Uriel, this is an aggressive centaur woman we're talking about. That's a whole different breed.
He kind of like smirks a little bit. You don't know my life.
You don't know mine. Let's keep it that way for now. Dad kind of sees the dart sticking in his back. Let me get that for you. For something surprisingly small, these hurt.
You think?
I got one bit in my shoulder. Oh fuck me! It's still bleeding. Ah.
Uriel will kind of like wipe like a small tear from his eye and kind of tap it on his back, and then tap it on his own, tap it on Darwin's shoulder, and then tap it on his own back.
Oh, that's a little better.
I can do that.
I'm keeping hold of this. Because you never know.
Yes, that's fair enough, I suppose.
All right, back to the tavern, I suppose.
Well, yeah. I need some. I've got like 2 baguettes left, and I need some soup.
It's It's about like lunchtime.
They're just the right consistency. They're a little harder now because they've been, out and about for a little bit, and they'll go great with some stew.
Mm. Yeah. True.
So he kind of looks around. Where'd the small one go?
Hold on. And Dad won't do that, like this type of whistle. I can't do it in real life. I just go. Candela.
Do I hear it?
Roll. Do perception.
23.
Yeah.
I find a barrel to hide in.
Hold on a second. You hide in the barrel. You do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear footsteps approaching, and Celine stands next to the barrel. Doesn't look in, just stands next to it and goes, "Lady Candela."
My head bonks the top of what covers the barrel. Ow! Hi.
Are you okay?
Celine. Yeah, I'm hiding from my non-parental unit right now.
That's all right. Would you like me to lie in case he comes by?
If you can, that'd be great.
All right. And she like leans
and then the
against
lid
the
on the barrel readjusts, and she just curls up inside.
Yep. She sits in there, and then Celine like rests her arm on the barrel. She doesn't seem to respond.
I just panic eat some bread while I'm in there.
That will head back to the tavern at this point. Can you see Celine?
Roll me perception.
That's 11.
It takes you a minute.
What? Where the fuck? What the? Is that? That? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Celine,
Huh?
have you seen Candelo anywhere?
I thought she was with you.
She wandered off.
And she like actively like looks around. I have not seen her. Last time I saw her, she was in the tavern and she left. And then I stayed inside, had a drink, and waited, and she has not returned.
Alrighty then. Just let her know that we're in the tavern when you see her.
I will. I'm gonna go looking for her. I don't want her to get in too much trouble.
Full-time
Oh.
job. I'm glad that you joined on for this express purpose. That is a full-time job.
Douglas, by the way, just out of morbid curiosity,
Asshole.
Oh no.
what do you have in your bag of tricks, as per se? Are you a magic caster of any kind, or do you just hit things?
She kind of chuckles a little bit. She says, "But that would kind of ruin my secrecy. I have to keep some sort of figure."
Just out of curiosity, because as much as I like surprises, you did just kind of like fall into our lives. And while secrecy is a fair thing to ask, a slight bit of transparency would help us trust you a little bit more, because with everything going on, especially with this cult and everything, when would you mind if I be blunt?
Fine by me.
What reason do we have to trust you?
And she pulls out a from in her armor a bracelet that has the symbol of all the gods on it, and the one that is highlighted is Abner's. It says, I follow the gods very closely. I listen to them. They tell me where to go, and I go. I do not take this lightly.
Roll insight.
Okay.
Oh shit. Dirty 20.
Yeah, you can see it in her eyes. She has a passion, like a fiery passion about this. She means and believes and preaches every word that she says.
I can respect that. Granted, I'm a little newer to that sort of thing, but I'm getting there. Starting to feel it.
You'll learn to hear them more clearly over time.
Clearly isn't entirely my lady's style, but understanding more will be helpful. Come with time.
Also, again, out of curiosity, how did you know who I was?
You are Dowan Holland. It is very hard to not know who you are. You're the last descendant.
Never mind.
She's got a point.
Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, that
Oh
shit.
yeah, that.
And like, she can see on Down's face, just, oh yeah, yeah.
See, as far as avoiding responsibility and celebrity, it's easier for me. All I have to do is not shave and dress like a bum.
Are you ashamed of your lineage?
No.
He's asking Dowan.
Ashamed? No. Tired of the expectations and the responsibility that I had no choice in? A little bit.
That I can understand.
I just wanted to live my life with my wife, my son. And they too disappeared. So the quicker we get to the bottom of your reason for disappearance, maybe it could be secluded as to mine.
That is true. She turns to Uriel and says, you follow which of the gods?
Patya, oddly enough.
Ah, Batya. She's a good one.
He'll like take the coin from his from around his neck and kind of show it to her. I found this on the neck of a harpy that stole it from some temple or something. It has an image on it and such, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. It looks like a coin or a medallion or something, but I haven't been able to find anyone who knows exactly what it is.
She looks at it, or she holds out her hand like, may I?
He'll
carefully hand it to her.
She'll very carefully take it, always keeping her hands open so that, you can always see it at all times because she knows it's important, And she looks at it and flips it over and she says, well, it's very old, I can tell you that. Does seem to have Batia's symbol on it, so that makes sense why you would contact her more than any of the others. There have been instances where monks and other followers of the gods use items such as this as totems or a means to remind themselves of who they serve. And she hands it back to you.
You'll sort of like roll it in his, roll it across his knuckles, like, I almost died getting this. I was young and stupid. Decided to take on a whole pack of poppies by myself. But
I've only seen one harpy in my lifetime. It was enough to send shivers down my spine.
oh, they're just awful.
Just.
Yes, I had to deal with a whole. I'm not sure if flock or I think they may also respond to grouping as a chorus, which just sounds terrible. It was a rather large one, probably the matron, who had this.
Inside the barrel, Candela's rolling her eyes.
She's like, how long do I have to stay in this barrel?
Yeah.
Like, it's cramped in here. But anyway, more recently, I've seen her. She poked me in the forehead last night. That was interesting.
You've seen Batia in person?
Yes. Since I left on this particular quest, she's speaking more directly to me. I actually saw her last night, and she showed me a lot of very troubling things. She's preparing me for something. I'm not entirely sure what, but I have a feeling this thing's going to be very handy. He'll slide it back into its little holster.
Well, we can take all the help that we can get. Come on. Why don't we go for a drink?
Yes, and some soup. I've heard this place has excellent soup. He kind of looks over. He kind of pulls out one of his last two baguettes and kind of hands one to her. Would you like a baguette?
Sure. She'll take it.
The bakery across the street is fantastic.
Oh, I did smell their bread this morning.
Oh,
She'll start walking.
yeah, he'll follow along. Yeah, it's delicious.
Well,
Once yes.
I was gonna say, Dan's just gonna go in and say, "Oh, and tell Candela I'll have a plate of lunch ready for her."
Then you guys head into the tavern, leaving Candela free from eyes.
Wait, nobody's near the barrel now?
Yeah, she Celine led the others away
I kind of
so that you could exit the
poke
barrel.
my head. I slowly poke my head out, so like there's the top of the barrel still sitting on it. I look about to make sure no one's watching me,
No one is.
and then I timber fall over and roll out of the barrel.
Right. Is there? I know it's getting a little late, so I'm probably going to end the session very soon. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before we end this session tonight?
I just lollygag for a couple more minutes before finally arriving in the tavern.
Okay.
I flip off Darian repeatedly for stabbing me.
Okay.
Nothing in particular.
There's a lot of choice words being thrown into the ether. If there's any kids near this park, they've learned some things.
All right.
Shouting at her god, taking bites of a baguette and drinking whiskey.
You should see little moms walking by. It's okay, Stacy. We'll come back tomorrow. We don't need to go there. Good night,
Leave the
guys.
alcoholic woman alone. Oh, bless her heart.
Oh, bless your heart.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah, nothing Darwin wants to do, so
Nope.
yeah.
All right, so for this evening, you guys all enjoy your meals and stuff like that. The day goes on fairly well for the rest of the day. Nothing of note. Celine makes, fun talk and stuff like that with you guys. You guys all head to bed, do your nightly rituals and all of that. You all get a good night's rest. And the last shot that we will see for the night is Celine slipping out of her corridors, heading out of the inn and into the forest, where we can see through the trees she starts to walk alone. And a mysterious figure starts to walk through the trees towards her and meet beside her. She looks at the figure with great awe and kneels and bows before a large centaur figure with a shepherd's staff in his hand. And that is where we're going to leave the session tonight. To be continued.
It's the Elk Daddy.
Daddy.
I'm sorry. Does that mean we have Elk Dad and Elk Daddy? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure what to do with this information.
That means Darion is Phoenix Daddy.
Stop. Stop.
Stop fetishizing my gods, okay?
It never stopped us ever any time before.
Ow.
Yeah, but stop it. Get some help.
I get that. It's like,
Get some help.
Get some help, you horny bastards.
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you everybody who stopped by to watch. We'll be back in 2 weeks for episode 16. Sleep well, have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.